Hello and Happy New Year from Brooklyn, New York. My name is Ali Alhumbayev and I'm starting a documentary project I'm calling Playfighter. Playfighter is a name that I have for myself that a couple of my close friends know about. Essentially, this is going to be a documentation of me working or fighting for a life that feels like play. I have a lot going on in my head these days and it's hard to keep it to myself. So my hope is that in writing these letters and creating these videos, I'll blow off some steam, find the eyes of those who resonate with my work, and provide some kind of value to people who are like me. I want to leave a paper trail as well. It is my sincere intention to work on many ambitious projects before I die, and I want that journey from an ambitious 19-year-old kid to an old man with a beautiful story and a Porsche. I want that captured and revisitable. I've always wanted to write and make films, and one of the most important lessons I've learned is that if something captures your interest, you cannot wait for somebody to give you the time or place to do it. You must create the opportunity yourself. I encourage you to do the same. And with that, I thank you for being here. This is episode 1 of Playfighter. To go from community college in a quiet suburb to studying in New York City was an incredible change and exactly what I needed to wake up and be re-inspired. It fucked me up though. In Chicago, all I wanted to do was escape. There was zero distraction. The only thing asking for my attention was my thoughts, dreams, plots, and my schemes. So despite how crazy it might have sounded to my friends, it was really easy to wake up at 3 a.m., run, design clothes and websites, write, work out, get straight A's, read, and go to sleep. That was all I could do to stop feeling like a loser. And it felt good. Then I got to New York, and I tried to bring my structures with me to the city, but suddenly there were infinite things competing for space in my mind. Beautiful women, parties, internships, Washington Square Park, dinner with friends, beautiful women. My focus was split, and my routine of training and creativity, which is my foundation in life, was disrupted by this new environment. With my training and my creativity faltering, my sense of self got shaken up. I didn't feel as much pride in the mirror as the weather got colder and colder. And after finals, I was quick to label my first semester a failure. I realize now that wasn't the case. Stumbling is not falling. In my first 4 months, I was meeting beautiful people, going on dates, cultivating a community out of thin air, and learning how to live on my own for the first time. I spent a little too much time in places where I felt loved instead of doing the work. I was testing the water. I was sketching a start for a new life. In that process, I lost hold of my routine. My mind got noisy. It happens. But I lived. And I learned. Being back home in Chicago brought me peace and clarity. My days were mostly just having coffee, working out, and thinking deeply about what I want, what I need, what gets in the way, and how to destroy those obstacles. Slowly, I began to feel clearer. I felt my soul returning to my body. So I started building systems to capture that clarity into repeatable frameworks. I have 2 documents that I refer to every day: the vision and the blueprint. The vision is a North Star describing the life that you're working for, your version of beauty and a meaningful life. Mine is written from the perspective of my 22-year-old self. The blueprint is a detailed framework with goals and systems that help you move towards your vision, solve recurring problems, and structure your energy. During this break, I updated my blueprint to solve the problems that I faced in New York, and I committed to 3 goals for 2026. Number 1, build 10 products for combat. Number 2, cultivate a fighter's physique. Number 3, grow a Playfighter to an audience of 10,000 souls. Let me tell you about number 1 and 3. Combat Creatif is the name of my creative studio. It started off as a clothing brand that I started with my best friend, who's basically my brother, and has since become the container for everything that I want to design and build. Software, magazines, books, tools, clothing, events, it's all the same to me. I just want to make things that have character and soul. The idea of combat reflects something that I've been thinking about for years, how artists turn suffering into meaning. James Baldwin said that the artist's struggle is to take our pain, our experiences, our sensitivity, and turn it into light that we can share with others. I think about Michelangelo painting the Sistine Chapel, laying on his back in huge discomfort with back pain and paint dripping from the ceiling into his eyes, and he works on it for years to create this beautiful, timeless experience. I think about hip-hop, blues, and jazz, how the foundation for the best music we have today was born from struggle, from combat. That is the concept which I want to explore through combat. It's taking everything we deal with, the chaos, the confusion, the insecurity, the ambition, the scarcity, the pain of being alive, and alchemizing our human experience into beautiful art that means something, that helps people, that saves us. So the 10 products I'm shipping this year are all under the umbrella of combat. I'm building the studio piece by piece. Playfighter is this. If combat is the umbrella for me to express my designs and my desire to create beautiful products, Playfighter is the umbrella through which I express myself and my ideas. I've always wanted to write and make films, so I'm just doing both. This is a documentation of my life, my thoughts, the process of building combat, everything I'm learning. I did not stumble into these 2 projects by accident. Naval Ravikant said that the key to creating wealth and finding work that you love is to productize yourself. To me, that's exactly what combat and Playfighter do. They're 2 outlets for the biggest parts of being me, turned into something shareable. All the inspiration and the chaos and the things I love and my need for meaning and beautiful products turn into my designs. All the ideas and the self-narrative and the battles that I face become these videos. I needed avenues for all this energy to find its way into a productive output, so I just made them for myself. Sam Altman said that you should have an insanely high bar for what you work on, other than thinking about what to work on. I spent a lot of fucking time thinking about what to work on. Freelancing, internships, building a business, starting a brand, getting a job, finance, making movies, making art. There were just so many paths, and I didn't know which one I wanted to go down. I felt like I could do anything, so I didn't want to fuck up. But when I look at combat and Playfighter, I just don't see failure. Even in the worst case, I'm building things I love, I'm making beautiful work, I'm getting better at my craft, and all these things I make become a portfolio. A portfolio of work that I've poured my absolute soul into will be better job security than grinding on fucking LinkedIn or whatever. I think in our age, people trust your actual work more than anything else. Especially when young people have access to insane technology, it's like, what the fuck is stopping you from making something dope? I think if you do that, people will hire you. But getting a good job somewhere else is not really my goal. I feel like I could actually make a difference through my projects, to help people, to build a community, to create something that matters. These are the avenues that I'm committed to. This is where I'm investing my creative energy. I'm not choosing what to work on anymore or really exploring options. I know. It's combat and it's Playfighter. This is it. It's combat for me to create beautiful products, to bring people together, and to encourage craft and creativity and meaning through creation. It's Playfighter for me to share my voice and my thoughts and make a difference through my individual perspective. There's not really much else that interests me, so I'm getting started.
You gotta learn though, you feel me?
This week I started building Marble. This is product number 1, my first iOS app. As I've been training harder in the gym and tracking my fitness more seriously, I wanted to build a beautiful tool to track my progress. Everything on the App Store is kind of gimmicky and has a lot of unnecessary features. I wanted to make something that had only what was absolutely necessary, and to use Marble would put you in this mind state that I love when it comes to training, which is to look at the body as a work of art, to look at yourself as a sculptor and the sculpture, to approach it with craft and discipline and a sort of sacred energy. The name for the project comes from this quote that I love that says, "Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor." For me, combat is about imbuing philosophy and an incredible level of care into products that help us achieve our greatest creative potential. So that's the energy that's driving this project. I started off by making mood boards of images that represent how I want this tool to feel. I found the aesthetic and the ideas that I want as the DNA of the application, and this got me hella excited about what it could look like. That's always been how I work. I usually start with a name and a marketing poster or vibe to represent the feeling before I can or even want to build it. I need to understand the vision. It's the same with products and it's the same in life. So it's not really about the coding for me or the writing or the drawing. What gets me excited is the vision behind making something beautiful. I never touched Swift or made anything for the iPhone before this week. And I'm just using Claude Code, the internet, design lectures on YouTube, and my own intuition and taste to build this. As I build and converse with AI, I'm learning about how design and engineering and product management and just fucking everything is changing so much in our age. It's crazy to see that just with a strong vision and an idea about what I want to make, I didn't need to ask anybody to fucking teach me anything. I just sat down with the tools in front of me and started getting to work. And I think that is the most valuable thing that you could do as a young person in this age. To stop going through the traditional way of thinking about things. You don't need to go to design school or engineering school or all of this shit to make something wonderful. You just gotta sit down and fucking care and put in the hours. And as I work on bringing these things to fruition, I realize that I actually care very deeply about this. I feel alive doing this. Coming up with these ideas, spending hours in the cafes alone, sipping my Americano, and making small changes that make it feel just right, make it feel more human. Even right now, just sitting here and sharing these thoughts with you. Nobody asked me to do this, but I want to. When I'm building something beautiful, sharing my story and connecting with others, I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So in 2026, I'm just gonna trust that feeling. I saw this message that said, stop hoarding your ideas, empty the clip. My New Year's resolution is to empty the fucking clip. For years, I've been sitting on ideas, holding back, refining endlessly. I doubt whether things are good enough to share and I wait for the perfect moment. But whenever I do get a creative project shipped out into the world and the people who see it, I mean really see it, they say that it makes them feel a certain way and it brings them joy. And it's incredible to see the light in people's eyes when I say something about making art or I show them what I'm working on. And I think I know what that light in their eyes means. In that moment, their idea of what's possible for them expands. They think, wait, I can do this? And then they know, I can do this. So if even just a little bit of sharing my ideas with my friends or showing them my projects or making them something can create that reaction, I've just been curious about what would happen if I didn't hesitate. If I emptied the fucking clip. If I have a product idea, what if I just go and build it? If I find a new philosophy through a book, what if I go and share it? If I experience something incredible, what if I document it? What if I stop sitting on ideas, stop refining forever, and just shoot the fucking gun? But this is where you gotta be careful, because greatness is always the result of compounding efforts. So the shooting can't be random, and I need a system. And for me, that's what the vision, the blueprint, combat, and playfighter are. They're containers. They're structures that let me empty the clip without feeling lost. I can build relentlessly and in any format I want under the perspective of combat. I can talk relentlessly about the different, seemingly unfitting aspects about how to build a beautiful life through playfighter. There's a cohesive vision that unites all the effort together. Everything I make under combat draws attention to another thing I made. Every video I make on playfighter connects to the next. So the framework is simple. Build a system, give everything, take notes, see what works, adjust the system, then empty the fucking clip again. That's what I'm doing this year. I turned 19 in December of 2025, and I've been trying a bunch of shit since I was 15. And what I want has not changed that much. It's still wealth, to create a positive impact, and to make beautiful things, and to find my people. And I feel like I'm finding the ways that I can do that. So I'm gonna empty the clip. I'll make 10 products through combat this year. I'll make weekly documentaries on playfighter. I'm training every day. No matter how I feel, I just show up and execute with the 95% clarity that I do have, knowing that the other 5% will reveal itself as I go. So I invite you to think about the same thing. What would it look like to empty the fucking clip this year? What ideas are you sitting on? What have you been refining forever? What are you waiting for permission to start? Reflect and figure out what the fuck you want. Design yourself a system to get it, then empty the clip. You have something the world needs. Stop hoarding your ideas and empty the clip. This is week 1. Go.